People have been studying humpback song for 40, 50 years. And still, no one really knows why they sing. Birds have song, and other whales have song. But humpback song is even more elaborate. They have rhythm, timed breathing, rhyming, and repetition. Hours of patterns within patterns, with no clear beginning or end. I think humpback song is complex communication on a scale that has no analogue that we know of, except us.
My stepfather was a classical pianist. When he sat down to teach me the piano, he told me to play one note and to close my eyes and listen until the sound disappeared. He wanted me to understand the sound by experiencing it.
So this system communicates with this box.
Mm-hmm. Took 10 years to lay the groundwork before we could even begin to build the playback files to play to the whales.
Oh, good. It's live.
Nice. Oh yeah.
It's working?
Oh yeah, very
Great.
well.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Power on?
Power's on. Yes. That's it. That's the playback call. That was the actual call that we will be playing, or one of the calls. Yeah, we'll need to adjust it a little bit.
I mean, we could reduce the volume, maybe, so if it's clipping, we may need to adjust.
Well, it's clipping from the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the clipping is from the recording. So these recordings haven't been filtered. They haven't been adjusted at all. That's good.
Something's not quite
Something's
right.
not right.
I am trying to fool the whale. I should be transparent about that. I'm trying to convince the humpback that there is another whale in the water that is vocalizing.
We were just brainstorming on a few things and we might have stumbled upon.
So playback experiments in the past made a lot of terrible sounds by accident.
A lot of things.
So this is how it works. So for half of the verse, it's the real song.
The last time they did playbacks, they ended up sounding like a humpback whale on helium.
And this is the reconstructed one.
And then they wonder why no one responded.
So you actually clear out.
Yeah, you lose all the
everything.
noise.
And here you have the waveform, like blue is the input and red is what we're listening
And
now.
red is what we're hearing now.
Yeah.
And you basically are just working with signal. So you don't have any issues with the spectrogram.
All the type of sounds, or breaking
Yeah, all the
noise.
clicks and everything, would be thrown away.
That is a great idea. The only issue I see is that most humpback calls aren't tonal. I mean, they're amplitude modulated calls. They're short. So a lot of them are these sort of calls that aren't harmonic.
That's
and
amazing.
aren't
Right?
tonal.
Okay, you do it really well.
Then it's just, again, I think going to be about clarity. I think we should try it.
Yeah.
If you were to listen to all of the whales around the world at the same time, most of those sounds would be calls. Sometimes they occur in series that change order. Sometimes they occur one by one. But they're short, and we understand very little about them. But of all of the humpback calls, I think one is the most important. The whoop. This call is produced, we think, by everyone. This is an animal that has the potential to produce infinite numbers of calls. Why is this call unique? Why is this call special? And the best way to start finding that out is by playing it to a whale and seeing how the whale responds. This is the question I've been preparing for. This is the one that I fought for when I was 25 and I started this. And this was the one that I rallied for when I started my PhD. And I have to make sure the science is impeccable. This is the very beginning of how we understand how humpback whales perceive the world and how humpback whales perceive each other through sound.
My mum loved the ocean. She always wanted to be an oceanographer, but women weren't allowed out on boats. So she became a geographer instead. She never lost her love of the ocean, and she definitely transmitted that on to me. Exactly. That's an important thing. Noting the weird, noting the different is the best thing you can do, because that will jump out at you. If we notice these individual level differences, make a note. Scientists had always thought that songs were only used for mating. We've got a nice pattern. So a violin, a bark, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a whoop. So these are like three perfect examples. But as I listened to a decade of recordings from the South Pacific, I saw the same songs turning up in populations separated by hundreds of miles. But it's important that we're seeing the structure, right? So we've got a big squeak and then a lower frequency unit, then the big squeak and some lower frequency And so if you think about it as a structural thing.
I realised song had to be much more than just mating.